Our next guest is calling for a merit-based immigration system. By the way, his book, Green Card Warrior, was endorsed by President Trump on Twitter. Welcome, Flag USA founder Nick Adams, old friend of mine with an Australian accent. How you doing there, Nick?
G'day, Stuart Varney. Always a pleasure, sir.
Do you think you and I would have gotten in here had they had a merit-based immigration system when we arrived?
You know, I was thinking about it. The only thing that I disagree with, the only criticism I can offer of President Trump's merit-based immigration approach that he seems to be taking is that it should be called the Varney-Adams model.
Okay.
Because
now,
you and I both, we came here to make and not take, to give and not receive, to join the place and not change it. We really came because we wanted a better life, and we came because we love all of those things that are quintessentially American,
now,
like guns and...
Yeah, right. Okay. Hold on a second. Do you have any information on the kind of plan, merit-based immigration plan, that the President has in mind? I'm familiar with the Australian plan where you score points for various attributes. I think it's somewhat similar in Canada. Do you have any idea of what the American plan might be?
I don't have the specifics, Stuart, but I think that what we're going to be seeing is an elevation, a prioritising of skills like proficiency in English, like job prospects, certain skills that perhaps are not available readily in America. So we're going to make sure that those kind of people come, because if we want to keep America the best country in the world, we've got to make sure that only the best are coming.
Am I right in saying that Australia has not admitted a refugee in 3 years? I'm referring to the refugees who arrive on boats. They stop that and park them on islands, as I recall. And I believe I'm right in saying no refugee has made it into and stayed in Australia in 3 years. Accurate?
That's absolutely accurate. Yes, it is.
Now, that's reviewed and considered discriminatory.
Well, unfortunately, all things that are common sense, any measures that you take to protect the safety of people and a country these days is considered discriminatory and bigoted and everything else that the left likes to throw at you. But the reality is, Stuart, that if we want to keep America safe, if we want to keep Western civilization safe, we've got to have borders. Without borders, we don't have a country.
Am I right in saying, Nick, that this would be a real change, a sea change in how we decide who we bring to America? It's a real change, right?
Absolutely. It'd be a massive shift, Stuart. All of a sudden, we're going to be putting out to the world that Americans want the best of the best coming to the United States to continue the exceptionalism of this country. I couldn't think of anything better or anything more fitting. Hold
on a second, Nick. I've got Byron York with me. Do you think American voters would approve of that kind of sea change in immigration policy?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, you have to talk about that if you talk about immigration reform. The Gang of Eight bill, those framers talked about moving from a family reunification base to a skills-based immigration system. They didn't really put it in the bill, but they felt that rhetorically they had to say that because the public supports it so much.
Okay, one last question to Nick. How much did your sales go up after President Trump sort of said he liked your book?
Business and politics, Stuart Varney. That's what you're known for. Look, we did incredibly well. We topped the 100 in the world list. We did amazingly well, and I'm so grateful to President Trump for that shout-out.
Okay.
It should be really easy for good people to come to the United States and impossible for bad people to come. And unfortunately, right now, that's not how the system works.
You got it. Green Card Warrior, Nick Adams. Thanks for joining us, Nick. We'll see you again soon. Now.